It's so good to be back in person. I mean, we're all virtual, but we're in person now.
Yeah, she's back in Phoenix.
Hey, everyone.
A lot of fun and familiar faces.
If you don't know us,
yeah,
we're Amir and Shannon, co-founders here at Guidely, hosts of your Tuesday night fun party.
Woohoo! Having hot tea and going wild with the hot tea.
Definitely.
So this is happy and sweet and sour. This is our last encore session of our Reclaim Yourself retreat, which started with 21 sessions. And how many did we have after?
We started with 21 sessions on October 21st, right. And then we've run almost every week on Tuesday. Right. I think we've skipped one. I don't know, maybe 10 encore sessions roughly.
So it's been incredible. It's been incredible. And every one of you, if you're here, you have access to the recordings of everything we've done. Highly encourage you to go back and check out some of the content. And this is our last one, not forever. This is our last one in this setting. We're excited. Soon enough, we'll announce our membership community launch. Hannah, say hi. Hannah is our community manager, and we're launching March 3rd.
And all of this content will live there, and groups and live workshops and downloads and
a lot more fun surprises.
And a lot more fun surprises. Yep.
So we're really excited, and we're so fortunate to have Shandell Pino with us today. And before we start, can everybody drop in the chat how you are today? Lily, so good to see you. I know it's kind of getting late in Atlanta.
No, she's traveling.
She's traveling again.
Today.
Oh my God, she's the frequent flyer, huh?
I think she's a frequent driver. She was sending us voice memos today from the car.
So drop in the chat. How are you? And
excited. How are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah, Shandell said excited.
Yeah, I'm a little sad that this is our, we kind of said it ourselves, but I'm a little sad that but excited for what's coming.
It's coming in a new rebirth and new format, and we've learned so much. And if this coming to these encore sessions or the Reclaim Yourself has impacted you or hasn't, we would love to hear from you. And I will drop a link or an email for you to reach out. We would love to hop on a call, hear about your experience, and have you help us create community that we're creating for you. So
for us too.
For all of us, for our community. Interested, Heather James says, I want to read what people are saying. Ready to release some energy. Christian, good to have you. Looking forward to this. Happy and motivated. Looking forward to learning. Inspired. I'm feeling very grateful. I love Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
It's really fun. So without further ado, well, we have one more. Melissa Reese, our good friend and guide, joining us. I'll introduce Shandell.
Yeah.
Shandell Pino is an intuitive healing guide. Her passion is helping people find their way back to themselves, mind, body, and spirit by bringing them back into balance that creates harmony within themselves, which ripples out into their lives. And tonight we are diving into affirmations.
Hi. Okay, so I just have to share my screen, right?
Know how to do that?
Yes, I am on it. I'll start with this. Okay, well, and it takes me all the way to the back. Okay, so I'm Shandell. I'm super excited to be doing this class with everybody. I love to use affirmations. I think that they have been so transformative in creating the life that I want and creating the dreams that I have. So I started out just using basic affirmations, but then it always felt kind of short. So then I learned how to create my own unique affirmations that actually meant something to me. So, oops. What are affirmations? So affirmations come from the Latin word affirmer, which originally means to make steady or to strengthen. Affirmations help us to strengthen our desires, our beliefs. Can you guys see my little box, this box? Can you see this box? No? Okay, it's just me. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's better. When we use phrases that speak to our truest self, we feel empowered, uplifted, and bright. We begin to have a new belief about ourselves, our lives, our dreams, and our reality. So the first thing I like to talk about is the difference between mantras and affirmations. A lot of the times people will use them as the same thing or intermix them a little bit, but there is a difference between a mantra and an affirmation. So mantras are sounds that carry a certain vibration that put you in alignment and harmony with the vibration of the universe. So it's not necessarily the word that means something, it's the sound that that word carries. So a pretty common mantra that you might hear is Shanti, Om Shanti. Shanti means peace. So when you're repeating Shanti, 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 it's the vibration that you're creating in that word that puts you in alignment. So when you're using a mantra, it's important to set an intention of why you are chanting it. So Shanti may mean peace, but what peace are you looking for? Are you looking for internal peace, peace within a relationship, peace for the whole world? So you want to set an intention as you're chanting it. Affirmations are actually the programming language we use for the brain. When we use affirmations, we're actually creating new neural pathways of being. So we've lived our lives this one certain way and we want to try something new. We use affirmations to begin to create the new neural pathways. So the meaning of the affirmation is the whole point. It doesn't mean anything else but that exact thing. And the more we repeat the affirmation, the stronger that neural pathway becomes and the weaker the old one becomes. The affirmation is the intention that you are creating. So you don't need to have any other intentions. So how to create your own affirmations. We're all very different. We all want very different things. So using blanket affirmations don't always fit with what we truly want. We can say, I want more money, right? Money flows to me easily. What does that actually mean for you? How is that money going to flow to you? Do you just think that it's just, I'm just going to be an open, conduit for money? But what is the feeling and meaning behind that? How does it apply to your life? What does it mean to you? So we take these steps in creating our own affirmations. So what you're going to do is going to get a sheet of paper. You can have a couple different sheets of paper if you're going to have separate lists for the different facets of your life. And you're going to just draw a line route down the center of the paper. You're going to write down all of your hopes, all of your wishes, all of your desires, all of your wants, and all of your needs. And so you can do that in all the different facets of your life. So you can take your personal life, and that may be, I want to start eating healthier. I want to work out more. I want to become stronger. And you're going to write down all of those wants, wishes, desires. And it doesn't matter how extravagant it may be, write it down. It doesn't matter. Your wants, your desires, your dreams matter. And so write them down, okay? And then you can do that for your personal life and then your professional life. You can write something down like, I want to be successful. I want more money. I want a promotion. Anything that has to do with your professional life. And then you can move to your spiritual life. What is it that you want as a spiritual connection? Do you want to feel more connected to spirit? Do you want to see the good in all things that are surrounding you? But you want to take the time to sit down and really ask yourself, like, what is it that I really want? And let your brain just start to dump. For some reason, I knew this was going to happen. I can't. Oh, no. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. And then you're going to get a new sheet of paper and you're going to write down how you want to feel. Write down how you currently feel about life. Write down how you want to feel about life. Write down what you like about what's going on in your life, what you don't like about what's going on in your life. Again, all the feelings. If you want to, I want to feel peace. I want to feel harmony. I want to stop complaining. My mind is too busy. Whatever those feelings and thoughts are, write all of those down. And then we're going to take these two lists and we're going to set them aside for a second. And then you're going to write down all the things that you feel is blocking you. So it may be that you don't have enough time to do all the things that you want to do. You write down, I don't have enough time. You can write down that you're just too tired at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you just want to zone out and stare at your phone or watch TV. Or maybe it's actually you have a physical ailment that prevents you from being able to have some of these things that you want. So just write these all down. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on that list, but what that does is it brings it to your awareness. When we bring our blocks to our awareness, we actually catch ourselves in the moment, whether it's right away or after a few minutes. And then you ask yourself, wait a second, is this getting me to where I want to be? And then you start to make a different choice. So it's all about bringing awareness to what's blocking you. You can look at this list and see if you can make them into an affirmation. But we don't want to spend a lot of time on what's actually blocking us because we want to be in the creation mode. So after you have your lists, it's time to rewrite your life. You take everything you just wrote down and you begin to rewrite it. So you had a piece of paper, a line down the center, and you wrote down all of your wants, wishes, desires. Across from that, you're going to rewrite it. You're going to rewrite it as if it is already true and already happening. Every single one of those things that you wrote down. You can start with I am, or I know, or I have, or I believe, or I feel. So with that, it doesn't always have to start with I am or I know. I have ones that, like, for me, one of mine is I needed to find more time to work out. So I wanted to work out more. So my rewrite was I find the time to work out. Instead of like I create more time, I find the time. Because if I'm trying to create it, that's me forcing something. So I chose to say I find the time to work out, right? And so you want to take all of those statements of your wants, I want this, I need this, and change them into, I already have this, I already know this, I already feel this. So let's give an example of like the promotion, right? I want this promotion. So you would write it, I am so excited and happy that I received this promotion. So as if it's already happening. You can think about like a feeling that you want to have. I want to feel happy. I feel happy. I feel happy and excited. And then you can start to add on to those things. So for my affirmation for my workout is I find the time to work out because it makes me feel good. So then I added a little bit extra of my why. Why do I want to work out more, right? Yours might be so I can be sure. And so you want to find out, rewrite what your desires are, and then add on the why. Why do you want that? Some things just don't have a why. You don't need to write, I feel happy because this. That's a gratitude practice, which is great. You can just write, I feel happy, right? And then so after you've finished writing out all of your lists, all of your wants, desires for physicalness, spiritualness, body, mind, whatever it is, you're then, and I'll actually have all of us do this right now. Go ahead and place your hands over your heart and close your eyes. And we'll just take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Allow yourself to settle and just bring your awareness down into your heart center. And then ask yourself, what do I truly want? And so within this, you may find that a word comes towards you, a specific thing from your list may come forward. So it can be a feeling, it can be one of your desires, but whatever that is, write it down. And then from here, how does what your heart desires line up with the things you have written about? So, and this is how we will know what our priorities are or what affirmations to work towards first or to put on the top of your list, right? So you can take your hands off. Since we're not really going through the exercise together, it's just nice to like check in with the heart for a second, but it allows you to know exactly how to do the process. So you want to look at that list, take that word or phrase or the one that pops out the most that your heart is saying, yes, this is what's going to put us on our highest path to come forward. And that way you know what is super important to you. This is one of my favorite quotes. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So all affirmations start with our thoughts. Our thoughts are our wishes and desires. When we put those thoughts into words, which are our affirmations, we read those affirmations and we begin to take actions on those affirmations. Those actions become our habits, and those habits become who we are, and then who we are becomes our destiny. So we're actually, with affirmations, taking those thoughts and creating our own destiny. And then how to rewire your brain. Now that you have a list of all of your affirmations, there are a few ways to put them into play. So you can read your affirmations every morning and every evening. In doing that, you can keep your list next to you, next to your bed, and just do it as you're getting up in the morning, maybe even while you're laying there before you actually get out of bed, and then read it again before you go to bed at night. Or you can write them on a sticky note and place them on your bathroom mirror, and read it while you're brushing your teeth in the morning and at night. The second way is to record yourself reading your affirmations and listen to it while you're getting ready, while you're driving, while you're working out, or any free time that you have, or anytime you think about them. Pop in your headphones and listen to yourself read your affirmations. A third way is to say it in different tones. And this is kind of one of my favorite ways to do it. So you could say your affirmation, like, I find the time to work out, like, I find the time to work out. And you're like, what? That's super loud. And then you want to say it really quiet, maybe even a whisper. Or you could say it with excitement, or you could even make it into a song. When you make it into a song, that's when you kind of blend that mantra, because you are creating a vibration with the affirmation together. But the reason why you do this, the reason why you would say it really loud and then really quiet in a whisper, because imagine, you're talking to somebody and you guys are having a regular conversation, and then they go like this and whisper. And you immediately go, what? Your brain, it signals to your brain to pay attention. So even if you're talking to a friend and all of a sudden someone's really loud in the room and you're like, wait, what? Your brain is triggered to pay attention. And so, we can read our list and it can be super boring. I am successful in all I do. I am a money magnet. I am happy and excited. Or you can say it in different tones, bring more in an intention to what you're doing. It really does work. Another way is to take time to feel what it is or will be like for the statement to be true. So imagine that you get this promotion, and you imagine what it would feel like to get the phone call. Imagine what it would feel like to recognize that you just accomplished something. Imagine what it would feel like to share this information with people that you care about, and how exciting you will feel and how accomplished and successful that promotion will make you feel. Tune into the feeling of what it is or what it will be like for that statement to be true. And then the last way is take time to envision it down to every little detail and make it into a story you love to tell. And so I'll go back to the promotion. Imagine you're sitting there And then your phone rings and you pick up the phone. So this is all your imagination. You're picking up the phone. Hello, this is Shandell. Shandell, we just wanted to let you know you got the promotion. Oh my gosh, shock and surprise. I did. Pride, right? I just got it. And I can't wait to share this with everybody. And so what room are you in? Are you in an office? Are you at home? Are you in your car when you get this phone call? What are you wearing? What does it look like outside? What are you doing when you get this phone call? Who do you call next? Like, make it something fun where you're experiencing this story of it becoming truth. And then almost like you're going to tell a little kid the story about it becoming true. The more you do that, you're pulling in all of these different sensories as you're creating these affirmations. And when you do those things, things happen for you really, really fast. You do not have to do every single one of these on the list in order for it to happen. You can just start with reading it in the morning and reading it in the evening. Maybe try the different tones if you're going to do that. Don't feel like you have to try every step. Just know that you have options. If you feel like you're not getting very fast or very far, try something new, try something different. So that's my whole spiel. I don't know if anybody has questions for me or wants to know anything else about creating the affirmations. I tried to keep it in good timing.
No, great. That was really, really fun. I especially love the end where you brought it to life for us. In the beginning, you talked about blanket affirmations. Can you just share what those are for those who might be new to affirmations in general?
Like if you were to type in affirmations in Google, you'll have a whole list of affirmations. And they're like super easy. Like, I feel happy, I'm successful, I have lots of money, I am peaceful. And so there's like lists and lists out there of positive affirmations. And you can pick one and you're like, yeah, that is what I want. But until you're like really tuning in with yourself and your own desires, it has no resonance, right? It's not super connected with yourself. It's just something that somebody said you should do, or that would be good for you.
So I got exposed to, you can stop sharing actually, Shandell.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
thank
you.
So I got exposed to Affirmations by Louise Hay many years ago. And one of the things that I realized back then was that I didn't really know what I wanted for myself. And I think that's, because we want for ourselves whatever we have within our limiting beliefs, right? I mean, so we can only imagine this much. How do you find, and I did love the exercise about putting the hands on the heart and asking the question until you get the answer, but I want to dive into that, if you don't mind, a little more. How do you find what is it that you want? And I love, your how do you want to feel? It ties up to my talk about emotional intention. So how do you find that?
So I really think it's so important to tune into what's actually happening in your own life, right? Because we can always start with how you want to feel, because everybody wants to feel a certain way. So that is a very good starting point. But when you're talking about like, what do I truly want? Start with the closest thing to you. So like for me, the closest thing to me are my kids. And so my intention has always been, I want to have a close relationship with my kids. And so I put that, I have a close relationship with my kids. I listen to them, I hold space for them. And so like, I started doing that. And then it allowed me to move to the next step. Well, what else do I want? So like if you have a job that you like, or that you don't like, right? You can think, okay, what do I actually want within this career? Do I want a promotion? Do I want to be going forward? Do I want to be looking for something else? And then that's when you would tune into your heart. What do I truly want to be doing? But you want to look at the closest aspects of your own life and see what fits. because we all have something that we want. And that's why I said in the beginning too, like, even if it's extravagant, like I want a trip to Maui for 20 days, right? That's a desire, a want. You can start with, I'm excited for my trip to Maui, and then see what comes of it. But start with the closest parts of your life and see if you feel in alignment with those things. Does that make sense? Is that?
Yeah, that's very helpful. And the other question was, like, once you have wrote down your affirmations, do you have a certain practice you recommend? Morning, evening, how many times, for how long? Is there a prescription?
No, everybody's different, but the more you repeat it, the more you practice it, it's those neural pathways that you're creating in your brain. So like I said, like, we have been living our lives a certain way for so long, right? That's just what we know. And when we're trying to create, whether it's a new habit or a new way of being, the more you repeat this affirmation, this intention, the stronger that neural pathway becomes and the weaker the old one becomes. So it shrinks away, so that before you know it, this is all you know. And so the more you put it into practice, the better. That's why I say, write it down, read it in the morning and at night. You get in your car and you drive to work, listen to yourself, do it. You know, you're on the treadmill. Oh, I'm going to listen to this before I listen to my music. So the more you do it, just know that it's like a muscle. The more you work out, the more you pump your iron, the stronger your muscle becomes. And so, like, if you do it once in the morning and it's just every day, just realize it's going to take you a little bit longer for that to become your reality. When if you are really putting that intention, that feeling, that trueness of what you're saying into practice, the faster it will happen.
That's beautiful.
So a few years ago, I worked with a mantra or an affirmation right before we launched Guidely. And I'm almost sure that it is what brought me here and what brought this to me. So I want to share it because it was out of my realm of experience to imagine what we would be doing here. So it speaks to your, like, okay, within my limited opportunities or experience. And it was anchored in emotional intention. So it was, the most delightful opportunities are hovering in my field. And I really worked with this, like, intently. I had it written down. I had it printed out. I was saying it to myself. I was singing it to myself. I was humming, and I was imagining as I walked around the corner, what would delight me? Like, what would I feel? And I don't know what it would be. And I was attracting things like crazy. And I really feel like here we are. So it's my secret magic affirmation. The most delightful opportunities are hovering in my field.
And that's why I say, like, tell the story about it, because, like, look how happy and excited you were to just share that story with us. And that's what it becomes, is when it becomes true, you get to share that story and how excited you were and the work that you put into it. And I think that that's the other thing that I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I'll add this for next time, is be open to the possibilities of what that is actually true for you.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't know what that would bring. You know, I think we think, oh, we want this, we want it to look this way, but it's really, how will it feel? And I don't have to know what it's going to look like. So
right.
I need to get you this link. How would you like me to send it to you? We have some questions in the chat about moving forward with affirmations. And so I want to make sure I drop the link in the chat to book a discovery session with Shandell, and she is available to support you in working with affirmations and a host of other very incredible modalities and tools. So we're posting that in the chat right now.
Awesome. Lindley, I love that you did that. I also put my affirmations on my mirror with a dry erase marker. And the other thing about the affirmations is, once you write them down and you start listening to them, you're going to find the ones that don't feel like they resonate. Just take them off your list. Rewrite your list. I can't even tell you how many times I've rewritten my list, taking things off, putting things on, moving things to the top of the list, moving things down. So I love that you did that with Amir and your whiteboard. Heather, how many affirmations do I have? So when I first started, I did a whole page. I had a whole page. I was like, I'm getting this, I'm doing this. And the more I did it, I was like, okay, well, that's when I started to tune into my heart. Which one of these really speaks to me? What do I really, truly want? And then I narrowed it down. And as I've gotten things on my list becomes smaller and smaller. And so like right now, I have 3. I have 3 on my list because honestly, that's what I feel like I can handle right now. Those are my true intentions of wanting these things to be happening and true. Because you can feel overwhelmed. Or if you're just concentrating on too much, sometimes the universe is like, which one do I want to give you? Can we narrow it down a little bit? Done.
Awesome. This was really fun, Shandell. Thank you so much. It's got me inspired to do some affirmations for this year, which I have not done yet.
Yeah.
I'm really just landing back in 2022.
So I dropped in the chat also Hannah's email. If any of you are willing to jump on a quick call with Hannah to share with us what you're really craving to see in a community, what would inspire and empower you, content-wise, ideas, anything. We're literally right now in the kitchen cooking, or Hannah and Shannon are.
You're overseeing the
I'm interrupting once in a while, tasting a little bit of everything.
It's co-creation at its finest, definitely.
So thank you so much for being with us on this Reclaim Yourself virtual retreat. This is the final accord of that, right? And we will see you in just a few weeks on the other side. We're grateful for all of you for showing up, being vulnerable, sharing with us, going through the journey. We have the utmost gratitude and love for all of you. And we can unmute and say good night.
Give us a good loud one, since that's our last one for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Unmute everyone, please. And
Thank you.
Thank you. Much love. Thank you.
All right.